Today on RC Overload, we're going to show you guys some awesome Vanquish goodness that just recently came out for the SCX10 II, and we're going to show you guys how to mount up the original SCX10 Jeep Wrangler body on the SCX10 II platform. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to RC Overload. I'm Matt, and today we are taking a look at some awesome Vanquish goodness that just recently came out. They've recently released a few things for the SCX10 II. However, today we're talking about their new Atlas transfer case that just came out for it. Before we even get into it, I gotta say this is probably the coolest drivetrain system that's come out for the SCX10 II, other than their Curry axles, obviously, because those are just downright beautiful. But we're not talking about those today. We're talking about the transfer case, and I love it. It's amazing. So what is it? It is a scale replica of the full-size 4x4 Atlas transfer case that most people will see out in the actual rock crawling world. They took the designs and the concepts and actually used it in the SCX10 II for the kit transmission setup. Now, for those of you that don't know, the kit transmission and the ready-to-run transmission are two totally different setups. The ready-to-run utilizes the old-style transmission, while the kit version utilizes a new-style transmission all on its own. So it actually has its own separate transfer case. So Vanquish's Atlas transfer case here does come in two different colors, black or clear. Although it's really not clear, it's more of that of a silver or grayish look. But it does come with some stainless steel screws to be able to mount it up to the original transmission. Although you are going to still need to take out the original stock gears and bearings and shafts from the original transfer case and put it into the new aluminum transfer case. Now, because it is an officially licensed product by Advanced Adapters, they were able to give it more of that scale appearance and have that etched Atlas logo right on the outside of it, which just makes it look absolutely badass in my opinion. Now, while I was in there replacing the transfer case, I also figured why not replace the gears inside as well and beef them up a little bit. So I decided to go ahead with some SSD heavy-duty steel transfer case gears. It is a complete drop-in using the same gear ratios, same sized gears and everything like that. So it's a simple drop-in, and since you're already replacing the transfer case, it might be worth to actually just upgrade the gears while you're at it and just start protecting that setup. Later on, I'll start going into more of upgrading the transmission and beefing up the axles a little bit more. But for now, since we are already in there, I figured, why not? Now, I was thinking to myself, since this is a kit and you're already going to be installing all of these parts into the truck itself, there's really no need for explaining how to go ahead and install this stuff. Although some of you guys later on may end up getting the SCX10 II Kit version here completely ready to go from somebody being used or whatever. So you might not necessarily know how to replace it. So we'll go through a quick, very quick tutorial on how to replace this transfer case. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is remove the 4 screws that are holding the transmission and transfer case to the actual chassis itself. Once you've done that, go ahead and pull the drive shafts off the transfer case as well, and pull the whole transmission and transfer case assembly out of the truck. Now you will notice that there are 3 screws that hold on the transfer case to the transmission. You're going to want to pull all 3 of those off. Once you've gone ahead and done that, you're going to want to pull out all of the gears and all of the shafts as well in order to be able to pull the back half of the transfer case off the transmission. Because you can't do that because the gear and the drive pin are holding it from completely coming off. So make sure you remove that upper gear and the pin in order to be able to pull the cover off of the transmission assembly itself. That makes sense. Now, after you have everything pulled apart and ready to go back into the SCX10 II, you're basically just going to do everything in the reverse order of what you did to take it all apart. Just make sure while you're in there to add in a little extra grease and to clean anything up from all the old grease and old dirt that may have come into contact with the gears with using the plastic housing. Well, that finishes up that part of the SCX10 II, the transfer case install. Pretty quick and simple and easy enough to do. However, today I also wanted to take the time to actually answer a couple of questions on the same subject that I've gotten in the past couple of weeks. And that is, does the original SCX10 Jeep Wrangler body actually fit onto the SCX10 II platform? My answer is yes, it does. Although you will need to replace a couple of parts in order to make it work. Now, before we go into what actually needs to be replaced in order to make this work, there's a few things that you should know. The original Jeep Wrangler body is significantly smaller than that of the Jeep Cherokee body, in both width and length. And of course, you're going to need to also replace the body post off the SCX10 II in order to make that Jeep Wrangler body fit on there, as the Cherokee body uses slightly taller body posts than that of what the SCX10 uses for the original Jeep Wrangler body. Now, the chassis between the original SCX10 and the SCX10 II are exactly the same. Although they do use some different pieces inside of it, it is the same chassis, the same length and same width. What's also good too is that the SCX10 II and the original SCX10 both come with the same stock wheelbase as far as the Jeep Wrangler goes on the original SCX10. Now, we know that other models have different wheelbases, but I'm specifically talking about the SCX10 Jeep Wrangler here. They both have the same wheelbase of 12.3, so you don't need to worry about changing out the links or anything like that. The only other thing that I did notice that you're going to need to replace when putting the Jeep Wrangler body on the SCX10 II is the rear bumper mount. Where it mounts up to the frame is slightly larger than that of the original SCX10. So you will need to get a different mount, otherwise that rear bumper and the look of the frame is going to stick out past that of the Jeep Wrangler. So by going to use the original SCX10 rear bumper brace or the rear frame brace, you will be able to use the Jeep Wrangler body on it. So that pretty much wraps it up for what's needed in order to put on the Jeep Wrangler body to the SCX10 II chassis. Since it's just about a basic drop-in, you really don't need too much. Just need to change out the body post and that rear bumper brace or the rear frame brace, whatever it is you want to call it. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward and everything should pretty much work together. Well, that's all the time I have for today, you guys. Hopefully this helped you out on the Jeep Wrangler, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the SCX10 II new transfer case by Vanquish. If you guys want to learn more about it, feel free to hit up the link in the description box. I'll make sure I put everything I can down there for you guys that was mentioned in today's video. And I think that'll do it. If you guys have any comments, questions, or anything else like that, feel free again to post them in the comment box below. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video. And I'll see you guys next time on the next RC Overload. Later!